And we're live, I think.
Just gonna show it up. Boom.
Boom. Look at this.
Vaccine number 2.
Look at those guns.
I was not just looking at my shoulder.
You are looking at 2 fully vaccinated human beings right now.
I didn't tell you in person, I just liked your tweet the other day, but I thought it was really funny when you were like, when does the Force come back? Or when do I get the Force? Because I could open the doors as I left the...
Yeah, that was me using my comedy brain there.
It worked. It made me laugh.
What's up, everyone? RD Films, Stuart Lugston. Oh my gosh. I don't think I've fully recovered from my second shot. I feel pretty good, but I feel like my brain is still just trying to catch up. Jane Dalton. The French Taunter, hello.
What's up, everybody?
I do have the super chats pulled up that came in early. That's the second time I got your last name wrong. I'm sorry. I'm bad with names.
When we're shooting the Q&As, it's like every other name that's on the list. Molly goes, how would you say this?
How would you say this?
So, to be fair, in a Q&A, if Molly mispronounces your name, it's usually my fault.
Blame him. Okay, let me bring up those early super chats. This laptop is going very slow.
Today we're building like the little circular side things, and I just realized I have a cable running directly through it. So,
ooh, careful.
Yeah.
Okay. Earlier we got a super chat from Lawrence Fletcher that said, "Have you seen the new Lego R2D2?"
And read the next one too.
Oh, and Sleep of Giants, thanks for the super chat, also said, how about that Lego R2? Upcoming probe droid, too. Ooh. Yeah, I saw the tweet with the video of the Lego R2D2, and I was like, yes. Yes,
yeah,
please.
we'll get it. We've got the cantina on deck.
It comes out on my birthday. We have to get it.
Yeah, like, this should be done May 5th. R2, I think we'll build R2 next, assuming we can get one. I want to do the cantina, but that's going to be like a longer, probably not as long as this, but it'll be a longer set.
How much room is that going to take up on the table?
What?
The cantina, while we're building it?
Well, it folds up.
Okay.
It can open and close.
Got it.
I thought you meant that. I was like, this isn't getting much bigger. I gotta order the stand for it. We've seen some like acrylic stands, but there's also some Lego stands you can buy and build, which kind of like the way the snow speeder and like everything that's mounted, it's kind of like that.
Gotcha.
Which I feel like they should have included. With how big this set is, they needed like you can put it sideways if you want.
Yeah. Yeah, who has a table big enough to just put this on for display?
I do like those coffee tables that like you can put it in, but that's a whole other... We just got a new coffee table. It's too much.
Besides, I love our coffee table because we eat in front of the TV, and we got one of those coffee tables that the top is got a hinge on it, and it like lifts up. So you're not like hunched over, just like you can
like
sit up
monsters.
You can sit up straight on the couch and have your dinner in front of the TV, like an adult. I'm just getting a tweet out, and boom, tweeted. Coffee tables explained exactly.
I like how that it always makes me laugh for some dumb reason, but anytime we talk about anything that's not Star Wars, someone's got to make that joke.
Something explained. Sure, why not?
It makes me laugh.
Matt Thornton, thanks for the super chat. Pick 3 unconfirmed characters you think will appear in the Bad Batch.
Ooh.
There's our Boba Fett, a youngling from The Gathering, and Hondo Anaka.
Hondo, I feel like, is gonna happen. I like the youngling idea.
We just recorded our video about that episode.
About 2 of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like there's a rumor floating around that at some point the Bad Batch is gonna help Grogu escape or do something, which I'm like, that sounds a little bit too much for me. But if they're helping a youngling escape, I like that. Mm-hmm. Like a youngling we know. If they're helping Gungi get home to Kashyyyk, yes, I'm all about that.
I'm trying to think.
Barisafi, come on. It's time, Dave Filoni. It's time for Barisafi.
I feel like he's saving her for something like really good.
Like what? Yeah, he's been saving her for this really good show.
I think he's been saving her for something live action. Maybe she'll pop up in the Ahsoka show.
That seems so far away. Like I feel like the Bad Batch is perfect for her to be in it. Oh, did that wrong.
I'm gonna say I have to pick 3 characters that we think.
Yeah,
I'll go Din Djarin. I don't know how they would fit him into the story, but if they show Grogu, they have to also show Din, even though they don't know each other yet. It's just
their paths have been crossing this whole time.
Yeah, they're star-crossed, not lovers, but father-parent.
I played werewolf with some friends this past weekend, and it's with people that work at the place where I took improv lessons when I could, but so we play it all in character, and so they asked me to play. So of course I played some Star Wars characters, but I took Molly's Baby Yoda, and I was holding that, and my name was just a normal single father.
Can't believe you took my Grogu.
He's half mine.
You have your own.
Yeah. But you have the best looking one. I think I still need to name. So I said Barriss.
Ooh, Cal Kestis is good.
I do think I've been saying Cal might show up since the first trailer because I think they're going to Braca. So I like that.
I'll say Cal's master.
Well, he's dead by now.
Oh, dang it. Never mind.
He dies in Order 66. You gotta play that game, or at least just watch because I don't know what you do and don't know about that game, because I just like breathlessly yelled at you like, oh my god, and then this happened, and then this happened, and you didn't get the full experience. One more. So Barriss, Cal. I'm trying to go away from things that I'm like that probably.
Bo-Katan.
Yeah, like that seems likely. Ahsoka, I bet, will happen. We already know Rex. I'll go with Cut LaQuaine. I'm doing a video soon of like, I think Rex is going to go around and try to help his brothers get their chips out, and I think he should check in on Cut. So
I like that. I'm gonna say I think I've already named 3, but maybe Lama Su and Tan Wee.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Just the Kaminoans.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be cool. Just to see like what happened to them and their little factory.
Honestly, like I was surprised to see in the trailer that they are still training people at Kamino. I kind of thought that maybe once it all went down, Palpatine would like kill everybody, leave no witnesses, that kind of thing. It'll be interesting to see where that goes.
Did all like the little kid clones suddenly get like super bloodthirsty to
Maybe.
kill some Jedi?
Probably.
Maybe it only kicked in at a certain age. I don't know.
I want them to kind of explore what happened with the young clones as well. I mean, we know Omega's going to be in it, but there are lots of young clones that are still out there.
Ooh, Laserbolt says we might get a little more backstory for that lady with the Beskar spear.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Who is she? What is she doing? Why does she have that?
Yeah, I can see that.
Why does she know about Thrawn?
It's too early for Thrawn, I think. But
Never too early for Thrawn.
I mean, he's obviously alive at that point, so maybe he could pop up somewhere. It'd be cool. I'm just not expecting him to be part of the Empire yet.
Doomslayer420, thanks for the super chat. Hello there. Got my first vaccination shot last week. Congrats.
Yay!
Question, what's the deal with Count Dooku's name? No surname, just Dooku. Thanks, guys.
That is discussed in Dooku Jedi Lost. His last name is Sereno. Like, I forget exactly how it works, but the planet was basically named for that family.
Wow.
They're a big deal.
Okay.
At some point, the Sereno family took control of that planet, and they were like, we're just going to call it Sereno, and we're going to rule it.
What if it turned out his first name was Do, and his last name was Ku?
Oh. What if indeed?
That was dumb.
I was just going to let you have it.
Ooh, Hilo. Okay.
He's alright.
Good boy. He just swapped places, but he was dangerously close to a cable holding or attached to a light. Alex Ward, thanks for the super chat. Hi, Molly and Alex. I've been watching your live streams since you started them, including the whole Amphar stream. Ooh, awesome.
It was a long one.
And I must ask, what is Schmoedown?
The Schmoedown is a movie trivia competition that is part movie trivia, nerdity, all-around geekery, but it's also part...
Geekery.
That's a word. It's also part wrestling. So not everyone that plays has like a character, but it's like I wouldn't say I had a character until recently. It's kind of up to the player, but there's like smack talk and there are storylines that go on. So it's just a competition that happens like 5 times a week.
Oh yeah, they really ramped it up in like the amount of matches. But if you like movie trivia, I would highly suggest checking it out. And like the wrestling aspect of it, there's all the players belong to a couple of different factions, and they're like faces and heels, which are wrestling terms.
Good guys and bad guys.
Good guys and bad guys.
People to root for, people to boo for.
Yeah.
Boo for? Boo against?
and then like there's people in between and all that stuff too. And so the basis of it is all about movie trivia, and it's the matches are 3 rounds or 5 rounds if it's like a championship match. And there are belts.
Mm-hmm.
Like actual wrestling belts that you can win. And yeah, it's a good time. We're both in it. for now. Until we get tired of it. And then I'll help write questions, maybe.
So obviously we compete in the Star Wars division, but there's also Inner Geekdom, which I'm a part of, which is like Star Wars, Star Trek, Middle-earth, Harry Potter, like all that stuff. So there's that. There's Singles, which is like every movie ever. There's a lot of different divisions that people compete in, but you check out the Star Wars division and tell us what you think.
Yeah.
Because it's just goofy fun.
Yes, Brian reminded me that I am also on a reaction show.
Brian have to remind you? I was about to remind you.
I was gonna talk about it. I'm on another show on YouTube called A Certain Point of View, and we cover all the matches. We do like reactions and play-alongs, and we do a weekly show every Sunday covering whatever happened that week.
I can't recommend it though because one of the hosts is mean to me.
Brian.
Nope.
It's Brian.
You know who.
I'm not mean. It's my character. It's my character work.
Sure.
I'm just trying to give the people a good story. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And the POV crew is really fun. We have our own Patreon if you guys want to check that out. We do reactions to old matches. We do monthly movie watch-alongs. It's good stuff. I hope that covered or answered your question of the Schmoedown.
I feel like we did a good job. Or they're terribly confused.
Yeah, they're like, I still don't get it. Mark White, thanks for the super chat. The Last Jedi is one of my faves, and I had a bad day Sunday, so I watched it yet again. How do those dice work if the saber goes through Luke? Hand-wavy magic? Thoughts?
I don't know. I've never really got that either. So I kind of assumed that Luke was projecting them as well, and projecting them into Leia's hand when he passed them off.
Mm-hmm.
But then he dies, and the dice are still there for a little bit. So maybe he was just trying real hard to keep those dice around for Ben. And once he became one with the Force.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
I think that was all kind of part of his plan.
I think that the real answer is what you said, hand-wavy
magic.
Yeah, like, just, they just work. But I don't have a good answer for that.
Yeah, I think it was just all part of Luke's plan, and even after he disappeared, I think he was still using the Force to send that one last little message / jab, maybe, or reminder.
Yeah.
To Kylo of his father, who, you know, those dice originally belonged to. And just like, I'll always be with you.
Or maybe, like, the Force itself, the cosmic Force, knew what Luke wanted, and they were like, oh, he died. We'll take care of that. I guess the answer is the Force works in mysterious ways, and we don't understand all of the ins and outs because we are mere mortals without the Force. And that's it.
Yeah, I don't know the exact timing of all those events, when Luke dies and when other stuff happens, when Rey realizes Luke has become one with the Force. I don't know. It's a little muddy, but it works.
Just pretend it all happened really fast.
Alexander Heichel, I hope I'm saying your last name right. Thanks for the super chat. Surgical first assistant here. Ooh. Watching with my fellow healthcare peeps in our break room. Aw. What is your favorite Star Wars weapon non-lightsaber? Oh, the music isn't on.
It's not? Oh, it's just really soft.
Well, hi. First of all, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for working in the healthcare system and being awesome. Favorite weapon, not a lightsaber. Ooh, I think I'm gonna say the light bow
That's cool.
that, like, the Night
The Night
Sisters
Sisters, yeah.
used.
I'm trying to think of something beyond just like the DL-44 blaster. It's like, it's just a gun.
Also, the Electro Ripper staff that
Yeah, that's really cool.
Infus Nest uses.
Like, I keep trying to think of... Yeah, I like that more than like the IG-100's electro staves. I gotta say, I don't really like the Z6 Riot Baton. I think it's a little bit silly that it spins around and all.
It seems like you could accidentally hit yourself really easily with the way that it spins.
I've always liked Chewie's bowcaster. I liked that growing up, even. Like, just, I liked crossbows for some reason, so I'll go with the bowcaster. Ooh, Chirrut's light bow is cool too. Oh, and Baze's staccato repeating heavy blaster.
Yeah, that thing
carries around a big ol'...
packs a punch.
Now I'm thinking of a lot. Thermal imploders from Battlefront. I like those.
Some of the Praetorian Guards had cool weapons too.
I like those.
I liked the one that was like a staff, but was also kind of like a whip.
Uh-huh, the one that can break into pieces.
Yeah. Oh, let's see. Ooh, I'm gonna butcher this name, probably. Crix...
Medine? Oh.
Crixteas? I'm having a stroke.
Yeah, Teos, I guess. I always struggle with apostrophes too. Like when
I was trying to say the first part. I think it's Crix.
Yeah, I think you got that right.
Anyways,
I like that spelling.
I do too. Thank you for the super chat. They actually super chatted twice in a row. Oh, I see. Message down below. Okay. Hypothetical question of a mirror universe Jedi Council where they're evil. What would evil versions of each be like? What would a day look like?
Well, I mean, I guess that would be like...
A day would involve a lot of...
Yeah. I mean, that would be like if the Sith Order won the Jedi-Sith Wars, and then they had a Sith Council, which... If we're going by Star Wars rules and the way, like, Lucas put it, they wouldn't get along. They'd be constantly, like, there would be one person in charge, supposedly, and they would be constantly trying to backstab each other to be the one in charge. That's even the Darth Bane trilogy does this thing where the Sith are trying to be more like a council, and, like, we're all in this together. And even that doesn't really work. There's like one leader, even though he tries to be benevolent, and they're still trying to kill each other. That's their thing, is they can't work together.
I would just love to see them just talk smack about each other behind their backs.
It would be a lot of that.
Like, ooh, one of these days I'm gonna sock him right in his mouth.
I mean, it's kind of like Game of Thrones and the council, where you have Varys and Littlefinger and Pycelle, and none of them like each other, and they're all like playing game. That'd be a fun story, honestly. Like, they're all doing things behind each other's backs. I say that'd be a fun story, and I'm like, I mean, we could just watch Game of Thrones again.
I feel like an evil version of Yoda would just make fun of you all the time.
I mean, light side Yoda makes fun of you all the time.
he'd be even meaner. Yeah.
I'm trying to think of Ki-Adi-Mundi. Like, I don't know, a lot of the Jedi are so stoic that I'm like, I don't know what
Kit
they
Fisto,
would be like if they were dark side. Kit Fisto
Kit
would
Fisto
stop smiling.
would never smile.
Only frowns.
And that would be a tragedy.
Am I doing this right? Yes.
Thanks, Elijah Neal said, I want to redirect Molly's attention to the fact that there are 284 people watching, but only 93 likes. The likes are going up, and I like that. Keep it going. Keep up the good work, y'all. Hit that, smash it,
Hit that, smash it.
boop it, bop it, the thumbs up thing, yeah. Jane Dalton, thanks for the super chat. How did Dooku think the Clone Wars was going to end, and what did he think his part would be after the war? Well, he always seemed really snooty, so I'm sure he thought, like, he would be held in some high regard.
I think he thought they were going to take down the Jedi and the Republic. I think he probably knew mostly what was going to happen.
Yeah.
And that they were going to make an empire and restore order and all that stuff. I guess he... I wonder if he thought he would be, like, take Masamita's place. Because he was a politician. He was basically the president of the Separatists. So...
Although Palpatine wanted him gone since the beginning. Sure. But, yeah, it's just... Maybe he thought he would be, like, his right-hand man.
I think he probably thought he was going to have...
Ooh, maybe he thought he was going to be the Emperor's hand.
Maybe. Now I'm like, did he want an empire, or did he want the Republic taken down? And then he was like, okay, and then the Separatists will take over and we'll be the government, but then you're not Separatists anymore. So, like, what were you separating from? That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I think he probably thought he'd have some political power.
Yeah.
But I assume he knew what most of the deal was.
I hope that was an adequate answer.
It's a good question.
Yeah.
As always.
Jane always has great questions. And usually it's the ones that make us think the hardest and make our brains hurt from thinking too hard. B. Kenobi, thanks for the super chat. Sorry, had to burp. Thanks for uploading Sam doing his various Sith impressions from the Amphar stream, by the way. Pure gold. Yeah.
The second that happened, I was like, okay, that's gotta be just its own video.
We just asked him to do the Sith code. He himself had the idea of doing it in and out of all his different voices, and I know, like, I've had people ask me, like, is there a version without the donation sound? And unfortunately, there's not, because...
That's on me. If I had thought faster, I could have muted it just for, like, that little 20 seconds, but I wasn't. I was just excited it was happening.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that he popped on the stream at all and was on video, we weren't really sure if that was going to happen or not. But thankfully, he was there and he was on video, and nice enough to do all that for.
I mean, even though the sounds are like, I get it. I know people want to hear it just clean, but I'm glad that the sounds are there to let people know, like, this is what this was for. It was for charity, and like we put the link in that video too, so that's why he was doing it. So keeping it all within the spirit of that day.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was super cool. It was fun to... Someone in the chat suggested that. Our chat had, like, the best ideas for incentives, which makes sense. It's like, what do you guys want to see happen? And someone was like, can Sam do the Sith code? And I was like, I bet he could if we hit a certain amount. and then, yeah, watching him have that idea of, like, ooh, you know what I'm going to do? Like, watching him get excited for it. He's like, I'll start with the sun, and then I'll be Maul, and then I'll be Palpatine, and it'll be sick.
That's just like him, I don't want to say showing off, maybe just testing his own... Flexing, yeah.
I mean, he show off all day, Sam. That was awesome.
I love how Katie reacted to it, too. She was just like, oh my god, you're like so good at that, it's scary.
It is insane.
And the fact that he did the Kenobi scream was amazing. I wasn't expecting him to do it. And like, I was like, I hope you don't lose your voice after this. That's like your thing. You can't lose that.
Yeah.
Doomslayer420 with another super chat. Thank you. First name Do, last name Koo is my new headcanon. You're welcome for that. Padfoot1979, thanks for the super chat.
Harry Potter.
Have you seen the trailer for season 2 of Ted Lasso? Believe!
Yes, I have. Very excited. What was your... Did you see the trailer? I can't remember.
I did. I saw... Like, I was waking up from having, like, a fever all night.
COVID nap?
Yeah, my
Vaccine
COVID
nap.
My second shot nap. And I saw the tweet, and I was like, oh, cool. And I think I fell back asleep, and then I didn't realize there was a trailer, too. But yeah, I'm very excited for it.
What was your favorite joke in the trailer?
I'm trying to remember them now.
Well, I was laughing with our buddy who also loves Ted Lasso, because there's so many jokes in that trailer that I laughed at, and I was like, I don't even get this. I just like the delivery where he was...
I think when they asked if he wants a cocktail, and he says, it's the same answer that I'd tell
Diane Sawyer if she ever asked me on a date.
Yes, please. Yeah. And he just like has these so many of these like smart quips, and they just like roll out of his mouth like a red carpet.
I think I liked sometimes you call it girl talk, but really what you mean is girl listen.
Yes.
I liked that. I love that show. July 23rd. Now instead of having one season on repeat, I can have both of them on repeat.
Yeah. Sleep of Giants, thanks for another super chat, said, somehow Hans Dice has returned.
There's something spooky about those dice. They shouldn't be here.
Spooky dice. Paul Savage, thanks for the super chat. Hey, no question, just wanted to show support for giving me something to watch during my night shift. Keep on keeping on.
Thanks, Paul.
Thanks. Hope you're hanging in there. Night shift was probably rough.
Hope it is not eventful. Like, well, I don't want you to be bored, but I guess a boring night. I don't know.
Well, they didn't say if they were like security or something. Like, you
I don't know
what
why
they're doing.
I just immediately jumped to...
Hope there aren't any bad guys around.
Hope no one tries to rob you. I don't know why I assumed immediately. Now I feel like a big ding dong.
No. Another super chat from B Kenobi. Favorite Clone Wars clone-centric arc? I believe there's at least one clone-centered episode per season.
I mean, I love Umbara's the one that jumps into my head first, but I think I might like the Clone Cadets episode more, where we first see Domino Squad like learning to be a team.
Yeah.
And because I love 99. He deserved better.
What's the episode where the little Twilight girl is like with them?
Yeah, that's part of the Ryloth arc.
I like that episode.
Yeah, Waxer and Boyle are great.
Because when it ends, she keeps saying something, and at the end they're like, "What is she saying?" And it's brothers, I think. So, aww.
And then I think her name's Nuna. Numa, but she's in Rebels.
Yeah, and doesn't he have her name or something on his helmet?
He's got like a painting of her on his shoulder,
So
and then
cute.
she has some of his armor in Star Wars Rebels.
So
which,
cute.
Come on.
Stop it, Star Wars.
You guys cut it out.
You no longer get to tease me about this, aka Floof. Hold on. Knows Star Wars Explained won't play Lego Star Wars 3. They changed their name to that. Thanks for the super chat. And said, if you haven't, you should read the Nixia series. I don't know what that is.
I've never heard of that. Nixia. Maybe I would recognize the covers.
The
Nixia Triad.
Yeah, Lego Star Wars 3. I don't know.
I mean, who knows when the new Lego Star Wars is coming out? They keep delaying it.
So why don't we just play 3 while we wait?
I need to just get back into like a streaming schedule. It's the Schmoedown is taking up a lot of my time right now, which this is the only stream. Well, this and Explain It to Me. We've been keeping up with that, but I've fallen behind on my Twitch Lego streams. I've fallen behind on my Twitch gaming streams because
Oh yeah, Resident Evil comes out next month.
I know. I wanted to I'm close to finishing 3, and I should do that because I really, really am excited for 8. But basically, I've got 2 or 3 Schmoedown matches coming up, and when we're done with this, I'm gonna go watch some movies, and like I'm just studying away. But whenever my Schmoedown schedule gets a little lighter, I'll get back into Twitch.
Once you get your Star Wars belt back and you get the IG belt, even though
I'm incomplete.
Even though Mara has it and she's in my faction and I think she deserves it.
Well, I'm not going to get ahead of myself on
It would be nice
IG.
to have 2 belts in the Damon house. But it would feel better if one of them were won by me. But, you know.
I'm desperate for any belt at this point. I've lost my belt. I don't know who I am anymore.
You are not the belt.
What do you know? That's my character work.
When are Molly's streams coming back? My Twitch streams. I've got some plans. I'll just say that. Some stuff in the works up here. But no hard comeback date as of right now.
Unfortunately, when either of us have any Schmoedown going on, it eats up the other person's schedule too.
Yeah, I mean, technically, I
Molly,
don't
help me study.
I don't even know when my next match is, but I should still be studying because I still get questions wrong. So I should never stop studying. Oh, Brian said, this is what happens when you said last year you were bored because you weren't getting any matches.
Yeah.
Now you know.
It went from like How did it get to be like this, honestly? How many other competitors have competed as many times as I will have in the Schmoedown?
I mean, someone's probably done it.
Really?
I don't know. I don't know about like all in one season, but
No. I mean just this season. Like, I'm about to have my 3rd, 4th, and maybe 5th match. Like, how many other people have competed 5 times in 2 months so far? Christian's trying to break me.
I think he already has.
No. Where's my belt? Give me my Biggs belt.
Where is it?
I don't know.
He has an emotional support belt now. All right, moving on.
I hope Schmoedown editors aren't watching this to clip into like
where's
promos and
where's
stuff.
Nerd Chronic?
Where's my belt?
I'll let Nerd Chronic know. Miranda here. Thanks for the super chat. Happy Wednesday. What Legends storyline would you most like, if any, to be adapted into canon?
I still go with, especially now that Rogue Squadron is happening, even though it's not going to be the book storyline. I'm getting something, so I'm happy about that. So I'll go with Darth Bane. Those are some of my favorite Star Wars books, and I would love to have his story told in canon, especially because Darth Bane is a George Lucas character. And he is canon, so I wouldn't mind them adapting that trilogy into the canon universe.
I kind of talk about this in this week's Q&A, but I want to see more Plagueis. Or I want to see Plagueis, period.
Yeah.
Not just hear stories about him.
We could talk about there's
like
go ahead.
Maybe like a younger Palpatine, but mostly I just want to know more about Plagueis and is it Tenebrous?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Or whoever the Jedi that trained Yoda.
That, like, they covered that in Legends in like a short story. Can't remember his name. But it's Legends.
He was like a big snake.
Yeah. Like, if they ever do that, they are Nagata Dormo, something like that. If they ever cover Yoda's training, I think they're going to change that story. Although, to its credit, I think it fits really well with like what people thought the Jedi were before the prequels came out. It was much more of a just like, we're kind of roaming monks.
Yeah.
And I liked that.
Stuart Tierney, thanks for the super chat. At what age would you show your kid A New Hope, assuming you would show them? At what age would they like know to pay attention and like watch it? I don't know, like how old is Hobbs now?
He's almost 3.
He seems smart enough to...
I wouldn't show it to a 3-year-old.
No?
Nah. Is this right? This doesn't look right.
Why?
Oh.
Is it because they're not ready yet, or because they won't understand it and won't appreciate it?
I mean, I think there's some stuff in there that would be scary for a 3-year-old.
So?
He cried today when his crowns got taken away. I don't...
Okay, I don't want to say our friend's business. But
I think... I got to see it when I was like 7 or 8. That was my first introduction.
That's a long time to wait.
I agree. I think you can go a little earlier than that. I think 5 or 6.
5. I'd probably go even earlier than that, but 5 years would be probably as long as I could stand waiting.
Yeah, that's more on like how I'd be impatient.
Because like we would probably be showing them all kinds of other Star Wars things that are meant for like young children. So I would just like want them to know
it would be
where
weird
it all
'cause, like,
came from.
I wouldn't want, like, no disrespect to Star Wars Resistance, but I don't think I would want their introduction to be Star Wars Resistance. Like, I would selfishly want their introduction to be basically mine, which probably is something that I shouldn't do, but...
Oh, hi.
Hi. Just installing these little circle things. Don't mind me.
Caleb Kirby, thanks for the super chat. Just popping in on a work break, can't stay. Trivia, what is Boba Fett's first appearance? It's not the holiday special.
Do you remember?
It's the parade.
Yeah. I made that joke in the Easter egg video that I did for the 1980s.
Yeah.
Ooh.
What parade was that for?
So I don't even remember. I looked it up for that video and then I promptly forgot. I think it was just like a town's parade. I'm sure someone in the chat will be able to correct me, but
was it like official Star Wars costumes? It had to have been if Boba Fett was in it.
I think he was there, Darth Vader was there.
Was he in all white or was he in his
He was in the
green?
full on. The all white was like the prototype.
The toy? Or
no, they made like all white armor because he was originally supposed to be a super commando.
Like a jacked up
like a
stormtrooper.
Yes. Like a death trooper.
He would have gotten that armor or that outfit dirty real fast if it had been all white. Jake Freeman 256, thanks for the super chat. What do you think is the single best Star Wars story?
Oh. Man, that's tough.
The single best story.
Because I'm like, that you even have to break down episodes.
Can I just say Empire?
Yeah.
I think that, and that's not even my favorite movie of the original trilogy, but it has some of my favorite storytelling, I think. A lot of it has to do with Yoda.
Uh-huh.
And like him teaching Luke and then everything that goes on between Luke and Vader. It would either be that or
I might say Fallen Order. Just as a like I think that the original trilogy works so well together. I mean, I don't know. That's tough. A New Hope is probably still my favorite Star Wars story, but is it the best one? Like the one that really represents what Star Wars is?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. And like Return of the Jedi isn't my favorite Star Wars movie, but it has like one of my favorite Star Wars moments that brings the trilogy to such a satisfying conclusion.
Yeah.
Fallen Order, I feel like, stands alone, but you have to also know it like works best if you are already a Star Wars fan, which most people are, but I don't know. This is going to hurt my brain. My already not fully functioning brain. I'll just throw Fallen Order out as my hot take and see what happens. See if the sky falls.
I also, well, This definitely isn't the best Star Wars story, but it's up there for me, like the Mortis arc, just because it's so weird.
The Mortis arc is good. I mean,
And
Twilight of the Apprentice is good. Really good.
Yeah. I could also say just Ahsoka's entire life.
No, that's not a story, because then you can just say the Skywalker saga. Haha, gotcha.
No, like I want everything from Ahsoka's point of view, because she gets trained from basically all of the Jedi at their best, kind of.
I
don't know.
I think you're being a little flexible with the definition of what a story is.
I probably am. Lost Stars is good too.
Yeah, Lost Stars is great.
I can't think of like standalone stories that really stick out to me other than the movies.
Sorry, I'm trying to I think that's right. I have to look at the photo and then make sure I'm putting it in the right way. I think I did. Mm-hmm. As you were.
Okay. Yeah, moving on. Michelle Cobb, thanks for 2 super chats in a row. One's a warm take and one's a hot take. Okay. Warm take. Based on Kanan and Ezra, if Obi-Wan had hugged Anakin every now and again, or every now and then, things might have turned out differently for everyone. Thoughts? Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, Anakin needed more than a hug from Obi-Wan and from a lot of other people.
It is. So, to go back to the Dave Filoni little speech that he gives in The Mandalorian behind the scenes that is so great, him talking about how Qui-Gon was going to be like a father figure. He knew what Anakin needed and Obi-Wan didn't really understand. And then Qui-Gon dies, and now Anakin is left with Obi-Wan, who does his best, but he's not what Anakin needed. Anakin at one point says, you're the closest thing I have to a father, but he's like, you're not a father figure. The closest thing I have. They're more like brothers, it seems. And they even say as much. So, yeah, I think Anakin could have used some compassion from the Jedi, and they didn't really show it.
Yeah, absolutely. Compassion, trust.
Trust, for sure.
I mean, the whole reason he falls under Palpatine's tutelage is because Palpatine's over here whispering, the Jedi don't trust you, and they're over here why are you hanging out with Palpatine all the time? And
well, I mean, the thing is, Palpatine's not wrong. They don't.
Yeah. So, if they had been more open with him, I'm telling you, everything in Star Wars could have been fixed with therapy. If they had therapists...
I mean, that's true of a lot of... You
Yeah.
can say that about a lot.
But yeah, okay, let me read the hot take now. Hot take, because Kanan mastered balance in the Force, having attachments, and successfully trained a Padawan, he is the most powerful Jedi ever. Thoughts? Well, the idea of being the most quote-unquote powerful Jedi, I don't think that means anything.
I like to put it more as he was the most balanced Jedi, or the most idealized version of what a Jedi should be. Which a lot of people throw that to Ahsoka.
He was...
Which I also think is fine.
He was an exemplary version of what a Jedi should be, and because his life ended when it did, I mean, he wasn't great all the time. He had...
Well, no Jedi is.
Yeah.
I mean, I like that. I like that kind of ideal to strive for in Kanan.
Yeah, his life ended before he could mess anything else up.
And it's not like Yoda disagreed. Yoda knighted him personally. Yoda saw that... I mean, Kanan was able to, yes, have attachments, but he didn't let them control him. He was able to let go of his control over, or accept the fact that he could not control Ezra. He didn't let anything with Hera or the rest of his family on the Ghost master his decisions. So, I think he's got a great case for one of the best Jedi in Star Wars, or the best.
Okay, I think that's a sufficient answer. Got another super chat from Alexander Heichel. Thanks so much. Sorry to bother you guys a second time. You're not bothering us. This is literally why we're here. The break room want to know, what is the next Star Wars tattoo I should get? I will get it and send it to you guys. Oh my.
Bonus points for creativity. Oh wait, no, that's next one.
That's the next one.
I like your idea for that one. That's
my tattoo that I want to get.
Then I won't say what that is, but I always like tattoos or anything that's geeky but not outwardly like you know exactly what it is no matter who you are. Like, I like the idea that someone might be like, I recognize that, but what is it? So maybe like the Millennium Falcon's targeting computer of the TIE fighter. Like, I have that shirt. I really like that shirt. Something along those lines.
I'm trying to think. I mean, it really just depends on like what your favorite parts of Star Wars is and like what speaks to you the most, but I always liked if we're just talking about like insignia tattoos, I always liked the Rebel insignia, but it has the Jedi one inside of it, kind of.
Yeah.
I mean, that's something that a lot
done.
of people already have, but it's hard to think of an original Star Wars tattoo.
Which is why Molly won't tell you hers.
I mean, the reason I want it is because I saw the actual tattoo on someone else and I was like, I want that. But I've only seen it like maybe one time on the internet. And I'm not saying what it is.
I'd say look at display screens and stuff, like targeting computers. Anything more abstract, I think, is cool. Like, I'm actually looking at like my Biggs helmet. I've always kind of thought it would be cool to get the circle with those stripes in it.
Oh yeah.
I like that idea, where it's something that a Star Wars fan would be like, I know that. Where do I know that from?
I'm also really partial to like the aesthetic of old sailor tattoos, and I've seen versions where it'll be like a cluster of roses or whatever flower you like, and then they're kind of like surrounding one of the droids. Like the one I'm thinking of was BB-8, and it was like just made to look like an old sailor tattoo with like roses around the bottom. I don't know. Tattoos are a tough decision because they're there forever.
One day I might get one.
I want to get. I'm definitely gonna get mine at some point between now and Celebration next year. I almost don't want to get, like, Celebration has this area where they have like all the best Star Wars tattoo artists, but then if you get a tattoo there like our friend did at the last Celebration, your leg's gonna hurt really bad for the rest of the day. So where I decide to get it, I don't want to be in pain.
That's like, it would be cool to get a Star Wars tattoo at Celebration, and I'm like, I might do that, but what I want is something like that, which is just a circle and lines, and I'm like, I don't want to make someone who has all this skill be like, all right, there you go.
Yeah. I might still, I mean, like, they do the, like, little basic outline kind of tattoos, the kind that are, like, $40 a pop, you know. I might get something like that at Celebration if it's small, somewhere that wouldn't hurt or bleed too much, you know. I would consider that. But I'm also like, I know Alex isn't a fan of this, but I feel like I could start getting tattoos and end up with a sleeve, so it's a slippery slope, guys.
I thought you were going to say face tattoo.
No, I wouldn't get a face tattoo. Unless I could just tattoo my makeup on. Save me a lot of time.
Would you like that, though?
No.
Not being able to change your look?
I mean, what would I tattoo on myself? Maybe, well, I have tattooed my eyebrows on, but that eventually fades, and, like, I don't know that I would ever get it redone, because someone pointed out that, like, as you age, your skin kind of falls, and wherever they drew those hair strokes falls too. So it's like, I want to be able to, like, if I have to, draw my eyebrows on lifted when my face is old and saggy. Anyways. So, I'm never going to be old and saggy. I'm going to be young forever.
All right, Palpatine.
Floof, thanks for another super chat. Favorite dinosaurs. Bonus points for creativity. I'm going to say the... What was it called? The Indominus Rex?
Indominus?
What?
That's not a real dinosaur.
It is too.
It is not.
Is too.
In Jurassic World it is.
I seen it on my TV.
Oh boy.
Fine. Favorite dinosaur.
Creative,
Stegosaurus.
Wait,
no. Triceratops. They have the coolest skull.
I always liked the compies in the Jurassic Park movies.
The little ones?
Yeah. I don't know. Something scary about... It's like that...
They'll just rip you apart.
That stupid question people always ask about, like, would you rather fight one horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses? I don't know. 100 tiny T-Rexes, compies or whatever, like, those scare me. I feel like I'd rather handle one thing than a bunch of little ones. But I like the compies.
Sorry, I'm trying to see what... I lost... I saw something in chat that I wanted to talk about, but I lost it. Ooh, coleslaw, which automatically made me hungry. Thanks for the super chat. Hey, Alex and Molly. Speaking of Crix Medine, when... Oh my god, I am so full of burps today. I'm sorry. Speaking of Crix Medine, when Admiral Ackbar introduces him in Return of the Jedi, he puts a sarcastic-sounding flavor on General.
General. Crix.
Was there some sort of drama going on between them?
Not that I know of, but I like that headcanon. Like, maybe...
Spill the tea.
Yeah, well, you have Lando, who's a general, despite being part of the rebellion for less than a year. You got Han, who was a captain last we saw him. He's been frozen for a year.
Maybe...
Wakes up and they're like, you're a general now.
Maybe Ackbar's like, oh, we just throwing general out to anyone who thinks they deserve. Okay.
And Crix Medine was an Imperial defector, so yeah. I like that. That
headcanon is
there we go.
That he was super sour at the idea of just everyone getting
Well, and it's all humans
high
too.
ranks.
It's all these humans.
That too.
And he probably had to work really hard to be an admiral. And he's like, all these other people coming in, they're just generals? Yeah, we're just throwing this around?
All these Uggo humans.
It's like, what? Do you want to be a general? 9-nub? General? Huh? Who wants to be a general?
Not a cable knit sweater in sight. I want to go back to, what's that planet's name?
Ooh. Good question.
I want to go back to that planet where everyone has nice, warm-looking sweaters and eats chowder out of a hose.
I'm a little disappointed Katie didn't know it was in the chowder hose. I'm desperate to know. I appreciate that she said she at least wanted to try.
Yeah. Byron Harris, thanks for the super chat. Hey Molly and Alex, love your show. My question for you is, who is your favorite Star Wars television music composer between Ludwig Göransson or Kevin Kiner? Mine is Ludwig.
That's tough.
I'm going Ludwig.
That's a tough call.
Just because I've seen him in so many interviews and like behind the scenes stuff, and as hipstery as he sounds when he talks about music, he's kind of a musical genius.
Yeah.
And Kevin Kiner is obviously very talented, but there's just something about
like
Ludwig's stuff that is so unique.
I think Kevin has done more. I mean, he's just done more than
Trask.
Ludwig has. Trask, thank you. Like, Ludwig hasn't had the chance to do as much as Kevin, who's done the Clone Wars and Rebels and now the Bad Batch. I can't remember if he did Resistance or not, but like, he's done some really great stuff, like Sabine, her theme, especially in Trials of the Darksaber, the episode where Zeb travels through that like nebula, that's just really unique sounding. But I have actively like put on Mandalorian music to listen to, and I don't really do that so much with the other shows, so I guess I gotta go Ludwig too.
Yeah,
Can you put
CNC in the chat? I agree with them. Says Ludwig seems to have more of a range. Sticker?
Yeah, put this sticker right here.
Ah!
Although, like, Kevin, every time we watch the
Are
Clone
these
Wars
bullet
movie,
holes?
probably.
Sticker for bullet holes.
Every time we watch the Clone Wars movie and that like really heavy techno comes in,
Oh boy,
I'm like,
I can't.
I mean, Kevin has
music.
range. He can do different stuff too. But
Which way does this go?
you're putting it here, yeah, like that. But yeah, Ludwig has also done stuff like Community and produced Childish Gambino albums. So
And he's won Oscars.
oh yeah, Black Panther.
Yeah. Black Panther's music is amazing.
Yeah, it is.
Gabrielle Parent Nadon. I hope I said that right. Hello from Quebec City. No question, just want to say hi. First time live after watching you on Thursdays while working for the past few months. Oh, hello.
Thank you. Hi.
We have talked so much about going to Canada to go visit our good friend Mark from the Templin Institute. And we just might do it soon.
I need to talk to him about that. Because, well, A, he needs to get vaccinated, and he's mad that all of a sudden America got its stuff together and, like, we're getting vaccinated before he is. But, yeah, he wants to put together, like, a fun group stream thing, but in Canada, so we would go to him and, like, maybe do some stuff up there.
Ugh, we'd go to Canada and do a live stream, which is what we do
other
time.
things. We would go.
I'm kidding. That would be fun to do, like one of the days that we're there. but I want to do all the Canadian things while we're there.
You did a Tim Hortons. Get poutine.
Get poutine.
I'll eat so much poutine.
I kind of want to... This is like on the way to Canada, or is it in Canada? The Niagara Falls?
That's not where he lives.
Well, like...
Niagara Falls is like close to New York.
I know.
Think.
But like we could fly to...
And he lives like in the middle of Canada. We can still do that. I just wanted to make sure you knew Canada was a...
I know, it's
wide
like
country.
super big. It's America's hat. It's America's top hat.
Yeah.
Or, what are those called?
What the hell?
What are the Canadian police?
Mounties?
It's a Mountie hat. Full of mountains. Oh, Jill's in the chat, and she got a new job.
Oh, yeah?
That she was really nervous about and had a couple of interviews for, and that's what I was on my phone a second ago because I was getting all these messages.
Aw.
But congrats, Jill.
Congratulations, Jill.
New job, new job, new job.
What is it? If that's not
I don't know exactly what it
secret
is.
information.
If she wants to put it in the chat, she can, but like I don't know the exact title, but so cool. So excited. Trevin Pettigrew, thanks for the super chat. What are some obscure Falcon facts that you guys know?
Falcon? Oh, Millennium. I was like Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and I was like, we do a show where other people tell us that stuff.
She's working for Kawasaki,
Oh, cool.
which is very cool.
That's really cool. Obscure. I'll tell you that we have a little friend, Miles, the 13-year-old that was in the Dragon Con trivia last year. Yeah, last year we streamed it here. And he knows the Falcon serial number by heart. So not YT-1300, but like the individual serial number that the Millennium Falcon holds.
It's like the thing that they have to scan when it goes in for its emissions, which it has never done,
It
probably.
absolutely has not. Well, not since Han got it.
Yeah.
Lando, I'm sure, kept up with all that, but
Yeah.
um,
I'd say, I don't know if this is obscure, but all the different variations of the landing feet.
yeah, that's a fun one.
It starts with like 7,
Yeah, this one has 7.
and then at some point there's 5.
Yes. There's 5 in A New Hope. I think there's 7 in The Empire Strikes Back. It's just inconsistent. So then when they did Solo, they made a reason for it, and they were like, there's 7, and then Han breaks 2 of them off
Yeah.
so that it matches A New Hope. But then by Empire, it's fixed. Like,
A lot of little things that they actually kind of make nods to in the films to explain why it's different. Ooh, so I like the one about the holochess, and
yeah, that's a good one.
you get to see in Solo when they're playing on the holochess board, there's 10 little pieces, and then Chewie smacks it, and 2 of them kind of like glitch and disappear, and that's why there are only 8 pieces on it in A New Hope.
But the concept designers made 10 pieces for A New Hope, and they wound up just not using 2. Mm-hmm. So the 2 that are on the holochess board in Solo are those 2 that never got to see the finished film in A New Hope.
Yeah,
Yes, that's a very fun one.
I like that one. Do you have any more?
I thought I did, and then
There's-
you brought that up, and that was a lot better than whatever I thought.
There's a bunch of different satellite dishes. There's a square one, there's a round one.
Let's see, it loses it in Solo, Jedi, The Last Jedi. Doesn't it lose it another time? Maybe it's just those 3.
It has sub alternators.
That Poe And Poe blows both
But
of them
apparently,
when he's light speed skipping.
yeah, apparently you can blow your sub alternators if you light speed skip, so don't do it, kids. Byron Harris, thanks for the super chat. I was wondering why almost every romantic relationship in Star Wars ends in some kind of tragedy, i.e. Anakin and Padme or Lux and Steela.
Probably
because there's... What's the point of having a happily ever after in Star Wars?
I mean, no, I think it's because love is relatable and the loss of love is relatable. Mm-hmm. Like, it's something that grounds the universe. I'm not a big horror fan, but I've always remembered this quote from Eli Roth, of all people, who says, like, it's about to get, like, weird and slightly gross, but he said, like, when you're doing a horror movie and things are happening to your characters, like, nobody knows what it feels like to get your head cut off. Like, someone loses their head in a movie and you're just like, oh no!
Bork.
But everyone knows what it's like to get a paper cut. Or,
Ooh.
like, to get some other... I forget what it was that even... Okay, Hilo. He's mad I'm talking about horror movies.
Hilo!
But he's like, the point is to make the violence relatable so that something happens to a character and you're like, oh no, because, like, you have experienced something like that. Mm-hmm. So I think that's probably why romantic relations so often end in tragedy in Star Wars.
Thank you for coming to Alex's TED Talk.
Horror explained. I don't know anything about horror. Don't quote me on that. Hilo is just... I can tell he's in our bedroom, just sitting on the bed, barking at nothing.
Is he?
I'm pretty sure.
He might be at the bottom of the steps.
I think he's just on the bed, like, yelling. That's how I imagine it.
He's like, humans! Humans! I want a snack, please. Stop doing your talking in front of no one bit that you do every week.
It's gotta confuse him. Like, what are you... Who are you talking to?
Bartek Kubica, thanks for the super chat. I like your holo projectors idea and Molly's reactions to it last time. Here's another. Does it have an area of effect, like Maul behind Palpatine? Oh, so
last time we were talking about how holo projectors work, and someone sent me a thing. Apparently it does exist where...
In FaceTime.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So the technology is getting there.
It's weird.
Holograms are coming.
It's weird.
Does it have an area effect? I guess it has to. Or, like, who knows if Maul was... I assume Maul was in the same room as Palpatine when that happened, because they have a scene later on Coruscant together, but it's possible, like, Maul just got dialed in to the Zoom call, you know?
Mm-hmm. Well, it depends on the depth of field. And... What?
No, I just, like... I think it's funny that that's how we're going to talk about holograms. Hologram technology that doesn't work.
Well, whatever camera they're using to capture the subject to be shown on hologram has to have a deep enough depth of field so that if someone stands behind someone else, they're still in focus and can still be affected by whatever technology is happening.
I mean, it sounds like it's just on a... There's probably a lot of different ways this works, because Vader has his little area where he talks to Palpatine on the Executor, and he goes and he stands in a little circle, and then Palpatine's head is all big in front of him. Like, that little circle, I assume, is where Vader's little area of effect is. Mm-hmm. But... See, I like to think that Maul Now my little headcanon is that Maul was not in the same room as Palpatine. He was somewhere else, and Palpatine was like, I'm going to bring you in at the right moment, and it'll be awesome. And just, like, stand there and look cool. So, I think
he was standing off to the side.
Honestly, that's probably...
And he was like, nope.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Nope.
Not. Stay.
Wait for me to say the thing.
And then he says the thing, and he's like, okay.
Yeah.
And Maul's just like, do it.
Yeah.
Do it. What do I do with my hands, though?
Should I cross my arms? Cool. Is there an... I'm just like... I've gotten so lost in the weeds on the holograms that I don't know anymore. I think that sometimes, yes, there's an area of effect and a little field that you can stand in and then you wouldn't. But sometimes there isn't. Sometimes Palpatine's just standing in his office and like, where is the camera even?
Mm-hmm. I think we're boring 330 people to death right now.
Everyone wants to know the answer to this question, and I wish I could provide it.
Well, I think we covered as much as we possibly can for now.
I think you're bored, and everyone else thinks that I'm killing it.
Is that fever starting to set in?
Maybe.
Jane Dalton, thanks for the super chat. If Thrawn returns for the upcoming Star Wars live-action series, will the...
Nogri?
The Nogri.
I guessed.
Will the Nogri return as well? If they do, what would you like to see their story from the Thrawn trilogy adapted?
Yeah, I don't think they're going to do that. I think Rook is as close as we're going to get from Star Wars Rebels and Thrawn Alliances he was in. I don't think they're going to do the whole thing with the Nogri, and although, because they already killed Rook, that's the problem. So, in the original books, Thrawn is killed by Rook, his bodyguard. Mm-hmm. And it's just something that he doesn't see coming. And I love his last line, he's like not even mad that he died. Because he says, like, it was so artfully done. He's like so obsessed with art. It's so dramatic, but I like it. Yeah, I don't think they're gonna go with that. But maybe. I'm just going back. Yeah, maybe the fever is setting in. Everything I say, I'm like...
Well, my hands are cold, so...
Oh, that feels good. Everything I say, I'm like, does this even make sense?
You don't feel too hot.
Okay.
But...
I just feel like I'm rambling about everything at this point, but my guess is that they're not going to do the Nogri, unfortunately.
I would probably have to agree.
They're already changing so much about that story.
Yeah.
Adding the Nogri in seems like a lot.
Alexander Heichel with another super chat says, I'm going with Chewie with Cookie Monster eyes eating Oreos with Wookiees and cream above it for the tattoo.
Oh, cool.
That's way better than what we came up with. Another super chat from Jane. Trivia. What battalions fought with Yoda on Kashyyyk in Revenge of the Sith? Just the number or what they are. On Kashyyyk, it was 41st. Yeah. I did it.
Oh shit. Oh no.
Oh no. What?
These are definitely not supposed to be here.
Oh no.
I'm like almost done with this.
Giant red bricks.
How did I look? Maybe I used them. Maybe I'm still going to use them. Oh no. I'm pretty sure they go in these.
flip back a couple pages and see if you see.
I'm gonna
they're
finish
bright
where I'm
red.
at first.
Diego Eminol, thanks for the super chat. I hope I said your name right. Non-Star Wars question. Would both of you play Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge? What is that?
I don't know what that
No.
is.
Is that a video game?
I assume so. I used to play the Ninja Turtle games. I remember fighting Bebop and Rocksteady, and that was like the first game I played where you... Oh, where does this go? Where you attack like a boss and they start flashing, and then that's how you know that they're getting close to being killed. I liked those games.
Oh, it's the new throwback TMNT game. It's gonna be sick, says John Booze.
Is this where this goes?
I'm gonna go ahead and say probably not.
I have been watching
But
a lot of Ninja Turtle movies, so
well,
maybe
don't
I'll
say
find
that.
a new... Well, you've been giving away all our secrets, so...
You just got that stuck in there.
No, it comes out.
Is that where it goes?
Yeah. Like it's supposed to... You're supposed to be able to take this
Oh,
stuff
oh,
off
I
and
see,
get
I see.
inside.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure I had it.
That's how it
There we
fits.
go.
Oh, okay. I was
Okay.
like, that looks precarious. All this.
That's... I don't know if you're supposed to do that, but...
This piece just looks... I won't touch it. Minding my own business.
Okay, let me find out where I just completely left these giant red bricks out. I think I know, but I'll see if it's remotely possible to get to it.
And Gary24 fan, thanks for the super chat. Just recently explored some early minute videos. Besides the obvious increase in subscribers, when did you realize you were onto something popular?
Pretty early. I'd say around March of 2015, which was 2 months or so after I started. I did a video about the rule of two, and I mean, it only got like 1,000 views, but at the time I was like, holy cow, like that's a lot for our size, and I think that would be when it happened.
Yeah. I mean,
When I was
I guess,
first like, okay, people actually do like this.
and back then, you know, we were kind of like asking for video suggestions in the comments, and we would just get a ton of comments.
Yep. Don't mind me. I'm
And-
just breaking things. Is this right?
And once I started making social media accounts for the channel, like we didn't really get a ton of followers like right away, but it was like a steady increase. I mean, the channel has definitely plateaued, but it's not going down. It's just going up very, 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 very slowly, which is fine. What's the saying? Something slow wins the race.
Slow and steady.
Slow and steady.
Well, there's no race.
Yeah, you're right. There's no race. I keep getting alerts that all my friends are streaming live on Twitch.
Well, we are done. I've found the stuff that I messed up.
Oh,
I don't know what this is. I haven't seen that piece this whole time. There's
All
probably
right.
some detail somewhere.
well, we've only got 2 more super chats to
Okay.
go, so.
Oh, I found it.
Another one from Jane Dalton. Thank you so much, Jane. How far down do you think the Jedi temple extended down into Coruscant? Does it reach the planet's surface, and where is the Sith temple located?
I think it might reach the surface. Because anytime it's been described when they go to the Sith shrine area, it sounds like they're in actual Earth and not like structures. So yeah, I think the Jedi Temple might go all the way down.
Like, all the way down...
To the surface, of course, like to where the ground is.
On the other side of the planet?
No. So, like, you got Coruscant, and then they build up off of the surface. Like, down, yeah, right? Down on the ground is no longer habitable. Everyone lives, like, thousands of levels off the surface.
Oh, okay.
The Jedi Temple is thousands of levels.
What happened to the surface level?
People just built on it.
Why is it inhabitable?
Because people built on it, and, like, all the... Like, the pollution down there has nowhere to go. That's where all of the, like, power plants and stuff are way down at the bottom.
That's an explosion waiting to happen.
Right. Which we see in the Clone Wars. But yeah, I think the Sith Shrine is probably down on the surface level. Or close to it. Or maybe it's inside a mountain or something, I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's probably not too far down. Can they get to it?
No, I'm saying it is far down.
Can they get to it, though?
Mm-hmm. They go to it. If you finish Into the Dark, they go to
it. Jamie Dorr, thanks for the super chat. Imitating Crypt Keeper. Hello, kitties. I don't know how to do the Crypt Keeper voice, so I'm sorry about that.
I don't know what it is, but I assume it'd be like, "Hello, kitties."
There you go. Is there a chance that Zack Snyder's Justice League will ever make it to video, or will it stay on HBO Max forever? I assume they'll put it on.
We are not the people to ask.
4K or something. Like, I think they'll put it out.
That's tough
for
because
release.
Well, everyone is doing. We get this question about like the Mandalorian a lot too, or like the Marvel shows. Will they ever put them out on home release, physical media? And I'm torn because everyone's racing to make the next big streaming platform. They want you to subscribe. They don't want you to go just buy it. So I think that if we see a physical release of The Mandalorian, it won't be until it's over.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, all right, here you go, you can have it. Because we're not making any more. So with the Justice League, I think like that's one of the big draws for HBO Max right now.
Yeah, maybe for like its 10-year anniversary, they'd
Hopefully not that long.
They'd finally put it out on physical media. I don't know, but you make a good point about the streaming services.
Thank you.
Lindsay Brown, thanks for the super chat, just says hollow Coruscant. There's just a series of tunnels.
Yeah, just like Godzilla vs. Kong.
Mm-hmm. I believe it.
That reminds me, Mark sent me a text today and asked if I got him a Godzilla vs. Kong shirt because one just showed up at his house today. I should tell him, no, I did not. I don't think I got that for him.
Someone must have.
I'll text him back later.
And then our last super chat on the list here is from Michelle Cobb. Thanks so much, Michelle. And it's trivia. And it says, if you added up the number of moons orbiting Coruscant, Tatooine, and Naboo, what would the sum be?
Oh my god.
Well, Tatooine has 3 moons, right?
I think so.
Naboo has 2, I think. So that's
Okay.
5.
Coruscant has 4?
So
9? I think Coruscant has 4.
I'm gonna say 9.
I'm pretty iffy on all those numbers.
Yeah, me
myself.
too. We'll take a shot in the.
I like 9.
Take a shot in the dark and say 9.
Tatooine has at least 2.
It has 3.
Okay, I believe you.
You can see them in the Clone Wars movie. Oh, based on Wikipedia, 10. Okay, well then what would we miss?
Maybe Naboo has another movie?
Naboo has 3.
Okay.
So 3, 3, and 4. Yeah. You got us.
Stupid Naboo.
Aw, and B. Kenobi sent in one last super chat that says, "Take my money, you awesome duo."
Thanks, Ben.
Thank you, B. Kenobi.
We've got two bags left. We're on track to have this done on May 5th.
She's looking good.
So that, in 2 weeks, it's going to be a fun week. It's May 3rd. We're going to do the canon timeline, which is looking great. May 4th will be Bad Batch. May 5th, we'll finish this. May 6th, I don't know. May 7th is Bad Batch 2. So
May
the week
6th,
of May 4th
maybe,
is going to be fun.
The May 6th, maybe we take a break and relax.
I don't know how to do that anymore.
You're right. Well, that's going to wrap it up for this Lego stream. We're going to go eat some dinner. And if you watch the Schmoedown, you can catch me on a certain point of view in about an hour talking about and reacting to and playing along to today's match. But
I'm going to go sit on the couch, have a fever, and watch some movies.
You're doing great so far.
Honestly, I don't think I have a fever. My head is a little fuzzy. I still am skeptical that anything I'm saying makes any sense, but...
Oh, it does. I promise.
Thank you.
Unless we're just speaking the same language.
That makes sense.
With our pud brains. Anyways. Thanks for watching. Thanks for everyone who sent in super chats and liked the video. You can still like it. There's still time. And we will see you guys next week.
See ya.